Now, today we are going to discuss types of DI is nothing but dependency injection. In yesterday's session, what is IOC container, how to create a, declare a Java bean with some kind of approaches. What are the approaches we discussed in the last session? We are using Java based configuration and we're going for annotation driven component also we discussed. Is everyone interested to know how XML is also working, or shall I go for a dependency injection directly? That is up to you guys. Whenever I'm asking a question, you can ping in the chat box. Quickly, I will have a look based on the voting. Okay, in the real time we will not go for any XML based approach. Okay, it's not the recommended to use that also. So that's why we are completely skipped. Even no one will teaching using XML also. It's kind of a bigger process to do that action. So that's why even we are not configuring using the XML based approach here. So that's why we are using Java based configuration and annotation driven component. Till throughout our sessions we will be use only annotation driven component level only. Okay, so that's why we yes, that's why even we are not teaching the XML. Yeah, thank you guys. Yes, now let me discuss about what is dependency injection. Dependency injection, as here name represents, dependency means you are dependent on another person or another student. Assume that some, it's kind of a helper object. Okay, now have a look here. Dependency is nothing but helper objects in terms of the programming. This is basically one of the design pattern, okay, to remove the dependency from the programming code. To remove the dependency from the programming code, exactly what it is. Okay, now suppose you have a employee object, you have a address object. Now if you want to create the employee object, you need the address. Now address is a dependent for employee. Okay, now you have a business layer, you have a database layer. If you want to work with your business layer, now service layer, business layer is nothing but your service layer is dependent on database. So database is the dependency. Now you have a controller layer, controller layer is depending on service layer, service layer is depending on database layer. So these are all your dependencies. In core Java, as a programmer, you need to write these piece of code by yourself. But in Spring Boot or Spring Framework, container will handle these kind of dependency injections, okay, by container itself. To do this container, we have a three types of injections we have. Okay, one for setter injection, constructor injection, and field injection we have. Okay, the way of injecting, are able to see the point here? Let me make some arrow mark. Yeah, the way of injecting properties to an object is called DI, dependency injection here. This dependency injection really we can implement in three ways: by using setter injection, by using constructor injection, and by using the field injection. Field injection is nothing but auto wiring. Okay, even here auto wiring I can apply on setter level and constructor level, on the field level also. We will be take as a small example using the setter injection, and we'll try to implement the same example with the help of the constructor and as well as the field injection. Now nowadays, while as part of our codings, when you are doing an API development, we used to follow mostly the recommended approach. We are going for the field injection, is nothing but auto wiring on the field level. In a very rare case we will be use about this setter and constructor. But how we can implement by using setter and using constructor and using the field? Three approaches, three different three examples also I will be explain you guys. Don't worry that point. Okay, next. Now types of dependency action. What is a setter? Now everyone knows what is a setter methods. Same thing, injecting dependencies by calling setter method on your class. Suppose employee has a address. You need to create one setter method. That's it. That is nothing but setter injection. Now constructor. Now injecting dependencies by calling parameterized constructor. Now in core Java, you know how to create a default constructor, how to create parameterized constructor, and how to generate setter methods, getter method. The same concept here also, but we need to apply some annotations on top of it. That's it. You don't need to do anything for that purpose. Now see, injecting dependencies by calling parameterized constructor on your class is called constructor injection. I will go for another concept over in the later on time. So let me quickly start. Let me quickly start your workspace. Then we'll try to create some couple of examples also, guys. Now our workspace, I already created one workspace like this, guys. You also follow the same practice. Okay, and here fold project name. Okay, all letters should be lowercase letters, guys. These are all some best practices I will be explained whenever you are doing. Don't create, clearly I'm saying, don't create uppercase letters. This is the standard way. If you take any project, or probably it will be all the letters should be the lowercase letters. And package names, okay, all letters, okay, all letters should be lowercase only, even package names also, guys. This is the one of the practice you need to do as part of your API development. Okay, now let me open the workspace here. Okay, now have a look here. Let me discard it, this one as of now. Now see here. Okay, this is, let me different example, just you can keep it like that, that's fine. As of now we created two projects in the last session. What is that? By using, this is a Java based configuration in the customer bean class. We created with the help of the annotation at the rate configuration annotation we applied. Now I created a project, okay, using start.spring.io initializer. Like these two projects I created. So for your information, let me create a new project here itself only. Just have a look here. File, new, Spring Starter project. Choose the Spring. Another approach I am showing you to create a project. Okay, you can choose Spring Starter project here. Okay, here you need to choose a Maven project. Here Java version. Now let me choose Java 11 I am using, and this is your group ID, com.java express, and artifact ID is nothing but your project name. So I want to use lowercase letters and everything here, and JE hyphen Spring Framework hyphen setter injection. Setter injection. Just I am using some specified name, and here our group ID and package name should be same. These are best practices you need to follow. These are the things, and this is your demo. Now here what I can do here also, let me choose same name also should be same here. That's it. Here our name and artifact ID, I'm utilizing the project name itself. This is nothing but artifact ID. Okay, now choose the next option. Here I please choose 2.7.7. This is a stable version. You will not face any problems. Don't choose the latest version. You will see a different kind of problems in the version here. Ignore about, right now I am choosing Spring Boot version. Just ignore. I will explain later on time what is the concept behind that. Right now our main motto is to discuss about the Spring Framework features, not the Spring Boot features. Okay, remind this point. Right now I am not adding any dependencies here. Just ignore. Choose the next, and just finish. This is another way of creating your project in STS. If you are using IntelliJ, if you are using Eclipse, you will not get this option. So that's why I said everyone recommended to install STS in your local system. Okay, hope everyone is clear. See file, new Spring Starter project, and here you need to provide your project name and artifact ID should be same. Now let me write some points here. Here name and artifact name should be same. Right now follow standard practices. Okay, and package name and group name should be same. It may different. Right now while creating best practices, follow the same structure here. Okay, and remaining Maven project, here we can use it here. Yes, it is added, just you can replace it here, no problem. You can replace, it is all editable text, right? You can able to edit here. Okay, now just choose the next option and don't add anything. Use 2.7.7 version and then finish it here. That's it, nothing else. Okay, even after that also you can modify. See, this is your package name, 𝐶𝐞𝐜𝐧𝐝. Now let me create a quickly a simple a Pojo classes here. Now right click, new, and let me create as a class here. Let me choose as a employee. Employee is one of the class. Now if I want to represent my employee class as a Spring Bean, which annotation I need to apply? Answers, which annotation I need to apply? If I want to represent my employee class as a Spring Bean, exactly @component annotation I need to apply. I don't want to use those all the things. @component, let me apply @component annotation. Now you are representing this Java class as a Spring Bean. So it will be create a reference in the container level address field and as well as a employee, like as a reference here. Okay, and we need one custom configuration class is also required. We need to launch the context object. Right now let me create it for you one more time. Let me create file, class, now test class. Now I want to launch your IOC container. How to launch the IOC container? Using application context. Let me create the context. This is a container object. Okay, context equal to new annotation. You will get a auto suggestion when you type it here. Annotation. Why we are not getting? Oh, spelling is wrong. Let me choose it here. Yes, annotation config application context. You need to create some, okay, a custom class. A bean class is required to you, so let me create some bean class here. Now what is a customer? Okay, custom bean class. Just I'm custom bean config, just I'm creating. Now if you are loading your configuration classes, you need to write @configuration annotation. Copy and go to your test class and keep it here .class file. That's it. Now you need to okay, there is, if you don't know the shortcuts, if you want to import automatically, now see here there are two ways you can import the statement. Right click and here we have an option called import. This is one approach. You can use Control Shift O. Okay, it will be suggest shortcuts automatically imported. Now let me write that point also. Okay, Control Shift plus O. Okay, import statements will be enabled. Import statement, Control Shift O, guys. This is okay. Statements import automatically. Statements are imported for you. Okay, next in this bean class I need to provide instructions that component scanning. What are the classes I need to scan as part of my project? Now here component scanning @component scan. Here you need to provide your package name, base packages. You can provide more than one package also. As of now, com.javaexpress is the base package for my class. Now let me write that point also here. com.javaexpress is the base package. If you want to know sub packages like this, com.javaexpress.models and com.javaexpress.services, com. These are all called sub packages. Later on time, we will be try to create these many number of packages when you are doing the API development here. These are all called sub packages. Sub packages here. If you scan this package, all these packages will be scanned for you. Okay, right now we are using only this package. Slowly we'll try to add these packages also later on time. Okay, now here what we are doing, base package is equal to, this is an array. Okay, now com.javaexpress. Yes, configurations is ready. Before going to deploy, before going to write your real implementation, configurations are ready first. What is the first configuration? Launching IOC container, launching the context. You need to configure the things which Spring want to manage. What are the things? Employee class, address class, and here bean class. In the bean class, I given an option called base packages here. This setup is completed. Now you need to write your piece of code. Now go to your address class. Now let me write as a default constructor here. Control Shift O, system.out.println. Now address constructor, address constructor. Okay, now here I am writing some method public. Okay, string get location. Okay, I'm writing some dummy method guys here. Return, okay, my location is Hyderabad. Just I given some normal method I have. This is one location method is available. This is a address class. This is one Spring Bean. Now I am creating another class as a employee class. Now employee class. Now in the core Java we have a has a relationship. Employee has a address, private address, like address reference. How we used to keep previously like this guys. If you want to access new address object, now by using the address reference, whichever method you want to execute, you can execute here. How? Let's have a look here. Suppose public, okay, now employee. Now let me write as a constructor. Now here also employee constructor. Okay, here in the employee class, public void display location. I want to display my location. How to print the location? By using address reference get location. First we'll see whether this is working or not. Based on that, we'll try to implement how you can implement the setter injection, how you can implement constructor injection. We'll see. Now here employee as a reference, address as a reference. Now go to your bean class. Where is our test class? Now you need to get the reference to call that method. How to get it? Context dot get bean method. Here you need to provide your employee reference. Now employee, this is the default name created in the container level. Now this is a with reference employee object, emp equal to, you should be typecasted here. By default the return type will be a object typecasting. Now see emp dot which method? Display location. Now we'll see whether this is working or not. Then based on that, we'll try to change if we get any issues. As of now, I didn't explain anything setter and constructor. Normal way of approaching, I'm explaining right now. See here, my location is Hyderabad. Right now it is displaying. Now you are getting the bean of employee. This employee is in already created by, okay. Now see, if you observe the logs, see guys, before 10th line executing, context creation itself, see, address constructor, there is a dependency, employee constructor, two constructors are invoked. After object creation, your location method is displaying the data. Now here itself you can able to see, create a shared instance of singleton bean employee. Before employee, address bean is required. See, this is called dependency. Here, who is creating address object? As a programmer, you are creating, see, you are creating this address object, but while running this application, container already created a address object to you, but again unnecessary we are creating here. So we should not use this kind of approach here. Just I'm removing here. Now, okay, you need to create one kind of a setter method. See here, setter injection. Okay, now source, generate, here getter and setter. Now you need the setter method, choose the select setters and choose the generate here. Now everyone knows this is a normal setter method. I don't have any functionality. This is simple a setter method itself for the address field. If you want to get, now here in a container I have the object reference. If you want to retrieve this object reference, you need to apply one special annotation at the rate auto void annotation. Here you need to apply this annotation. Then, okay, at a runtime, automatically in a container, one object available address method. That address we are assigning to the global variable. Everyone knows about what is the purpose of this keyword. Okay, just I am assigning, okay, whenever local variable name and a global variable name both are same, to replicate as this global name, I mean instance variable, we are using this keyword. This is a core Java functionality. I don't need to explain much about importance of this keyword. Now whether really this method is executing or not, what you can do, system.out.println. Now set address method is executed by IOC. Executed by IOC. This is called setter injection. This is called setter injection. Now have a look here. Now, how, when you run this application, how many statements should print? Here, system.out.println. Now display location method is executed. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, and address class, address constructor, and get location method. Now here system, this is not required, it's a location method, right? My location is Hyderabad, you will get it. Now see here, right click, run as Java application, and you can observe the logs. You will see the difference. Now go from the top. Okay, now see here, first step is address constructor is executed. First, by default, object should be created, then only you can perform the operations. After address constructor, employee constructor is created. After these two things, you applied at the rate auto void annotation. Now see, set address method is executed by IOC container. Now here address reference method is executed. Now if you go to bottom down, now if you go to display location method is executed, and my location is Hyderabad. Now this is the positive use case. Now just comment it here. Now this is, now tell me guys, now you tell me what is our output. if I commented at the rate auto wired here, now what will be the output? Now what address field, if you are trying to access by using get location, what kind of exception you will get, or it will be execute? See here. Now test.java run as Java application. See here, which can method? Exactly correct. Now see, display location method is executed, but we are getting null value. It is a null pointer exception you are getting here. Clear the difference about the setter injection now? Any questions? See, if you apply auto while, container will execute this method, else it will not execute this method. Now this is the concept of the setter injection here. Clear? Any questions? Let me give option. Already you have an option to talk to me. Yes, please. Clear? At least say yes or no, guys, so that I can go for the next.
Sir, one doubt here.
Yes, please.
So here we mentioned that auto wire in line number 11. What can we put this auto wired above the private address?
That is about field injection. We will discuss.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Very clear. Okay, good. Others? Guys, from the scratch I'm explaining, guys, even for experience, for the professionals, for everyone, this one. Okay, guys, at least say yes, no. I confused. If you are in silent means I thought you clear or not. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, then if you give the acknowledgement immediately, then I can go for the next, guys. If everyone is silent means I assume that you are not clear or you have a doubts in the question mark, so I need to fill. Okay, good. Now the same project, one more important point I'm explaining here. Have a look here, guys. This notes also I will be share you whatever I'm typing it here. Later the real notes I will be share you with you everyone. Okay, whatever I am writing, these points are very important, guys, as part of your development stage. So that's why I'm writing here. Now second step here, here address will negative case, I keep it uncommented here. Okay, okay. Now here component just I commented here. Okay, here what we can do, you are making auto wiring here, but here I commented here. Now see which kind of exception we will get it now. Now I am not giving participation to container. Hey, please go, and here in employee class I am saying that go and retrieve the reference from container, but in the container address reference is not available. Then which kind of exception we will be getting? Now see here, these exceptions are very important. Error creating bean with name employee. What kind of exception? Unsatisfied dependency through set address parameter of 0. Nested exception. This is nothing but we are getting some exception called no such bean definition exception. In interviews this is important, when you will get no such bean definition exception. If you miss any stereotype annotation, then we will get this exception. Here, like else what again, like if you miss like this, let me write at the rate component annotation, then we will get this exception here. We will get this exception. Okay, now that's where you sometimes you used to face this kind of problems. This is the one. That's it, nothing else. Now let me close everything. Now the same concept. Okay, the same concept what will be inject with the constructor injection here. Copy, right click, paste it, and here Let me choose 03 constructor injection. Okay, guys, and one more point. Now only I'm explaining one point. When you are asking a doubt, you should follow all these practices, then only I will be verify where is the problem in your system. Like suppose while you are sharing your screen, if I see your project name in capital case letters, first of all I will not see your screen itself. First you need to follow these all the things. Project name will be lowercase letters, package name should be lowercase letters. Okay, name and artifact should be same. Okay, yeah, sorry, should be same. Name I written, yeah, thanks Krishna. And the package name and group name should be same. And okay, these are all the things you should follow when you are seeing if you face any problem. Suppose some guys will start project name in with capital case letters, package name with capital case letters, then they will be asked your doubt. First of all, I will not consider your question. Okay, you need to follow the best practices when you're asking anything, okay, in the classroom. Now here, this is the project I am creating. Copy the project. Another important point you need to remember, when you are cloning your project, please go ahead and change in pom.xml. pom.xml. Here we have a artifact ID and name of the project. Now when you are generating the jar file, it will be generated using this name, but your project name is 03. But here old project name available, artifact ID, just remove and paste it here, copy paste. It should be consistent everywhere. When you are cloning the project, you need to take care a couple of things just to save this application. That's it. This is the first one when you are cloning the project. Now go to your com.java express, the same piece of code available, there is no modifications. Now go to your employee.java. It is taking time, let it be. Yes, here I am removing at the rate auto void here. Just I am removing here. Now I need to generate the constructor. Source, generate constructor, generate method, and here at the rate auto void annotation. That's it. Your job is completed. Now system.out.println. Okay, constructor injection invoked by IOC. Okay, now have a look here. There is no changes, only constructor. Previously I done setter and now I am doing the constructor. Run as Java application. Now just you can observe the logs. Address constructor, then see here, constructor injection invoked by IOC. As of now, I don't have any default constructor here. Now you can write it here, employee parameterized constructor injection invoked by IOC container, and then you will get the output. Display location method is executed and my location is Hyderabad. That's it. Now there is no difference, only constructor. But in the real time, the recommended approach go for the setter level. Constructor means if you have a three objects need to create by your constructor. This is a parameterized, right? So if you want to create an object, first dependencies need to create, then only employee object will be created. So people, there is a mandatory should be available in the constructor, but whereas in the setter, that is kind of a optional partial attributes we can achieve there. So people used to follow setter injection. Now as an assignment today, you guys need to do check the points in the Google, what is the difference between setter injection versus constructor. You guys need to check in the Google and let us know what points you learned as part of this question. Then based on these points, you will get to know what is the code difference. Now live coding part is done. Now you know how to implement setter, how to implement constructor. But while going these 3 points, you need to compare. This is some kind of a assignment you need to do by yourself. Okay, now see, we'll see how many points we'll get it. Everyone such different points we will be received, right? Then we'll see based on that part. This is about the constructor injection. How many lines of code I written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 lines of code I written. Even setter injection also I done the same approach. Now let me close. Now I have another point called, okay, there is a field injection. We have another point called, okay, field injection. Field is nothing but at a variable level only I can apply, okay, injection. Okay, it will not use a setter, it will not use the constructor. Also internally it is using some reflection API mechanism to perform the field injection. So setter methods are not required, constructor methods also not required. You can completely remove. Mostly 99% people used to follow by using the field injection. Lines of code will be reduced here. It is nothing but auto-wired annotation. Auto-wired annotation is applied on instance variables, setter methods and constructors, it providing auto wiring to the bean properties. You should not apply auto wire on primitive data types like a string, int, long, double. You should not apply. This is the limitation for auto wiring. Auto wiring means what? Dependency. Dependency means what? You are depending on another object, but a primitive data types, just it is a data type, there is no dependency. So that's why this annotation is available only on the type reference, like a address reference or department reference or interfaces. You can apply also this auto wire also. Okay, when we apply @auto-wire to a field, Spring, okay, will in the Spring IOC container will automatically assign the field with assigned values. Now whatever in container address field is created, that address field will applied automatically for you. Now have a look here how we can apply this one. Now where is our workspace? Let me open the workspace. Now copy and paste it here. Let me paste it here. Now let me choose 04. Okay, now here I'm applying auto wiring. Auto wiring. Copy this project, click copy here. Now go there, go to your pom.xml file and just replace with your artifact ID. For same example, with 3 ways I'm explaining. Even the recommended approach is using auto wire only. Okay, now go to your employee class. Okay, it's taking. Now just remove this one, not required, and just apply @auto wire here. That's it, nothing else. Now if you run this application, right click, run as Java application. Now see, display location method is executed and my location is Hyderabad here. This is about is nothing but field injection. Now what is the advantage of using the field injection means, okay, you can apply, you know, need not to create test.java, use application.java, right now if you use application.java, Krishna, that is a Spring Boot application. Right now we are not discussing any Spring Boot, right? So that's why I am deleting and then I am using this one. Okay, some people are asking why can't we use, this is a Spring Boot application. Now just delete it here, this one, just delete it, not required. Then what is the actual use? Now this is the guy we are using component scanning. See, now let me comment it this action, component scanning, and let's just run this application. Run as Java application. See, now you will get to know no such bean definition exception. In IOC container, my references are not available. I'm unable to this scan. So that's why. So to do, you should delete your application.java. Guys, this is a point. Thank you, Krishna, to reminding me. Now remove this application.java everywhere. Okay, then you will see this difference. If you keep application.java, you will not see this use case. Application Java is specific to Spring Boot application. Right now we are discussing, yes, can we use that component scanning test.java? Okay, right now, no. We should use as a standard practice you should follow. Then you should use like this only. This is the approach you should follow. You can do that. That we will be do as part of our Spring Boot Sairaj. Okay, right now the standards we are following right now. Based on the standards we are following the pattern. Now this is about the field injection here at the rate auto wiring. Now how many of you know about factory design pattern? One interface has multiple implementation classes. Which concept this is called? Which design pattern we used to call? One interface has many implementations. In core Java, this is a core Java concept basically. Okay, so here we will be implement this approach in the next session with the help of the auto wiring. Why we need auto wiring at the rate auto wire? Field injection is responsible to perform to achieve the loose coupling. To achieve the loose coupling. Now to solve the problem, this is by using field injection we can able to implement it here. Clear? So today that's all session, guys.